So when it comes to clout chasing and how many followers someone has, it always feels good to be one of those people who has more. You get more people to look at you, which gets more people to look at your content, which essentially gets the attention of other creators, thus turning you into an influencer right before your very eyes. But everything about that has been diluted now, and what would turn you into an influencer today would have gotten you bullied 10 years ago. Obviously he's changed his content, but Speed went viral for saying the hard R. Yes, he's black, but that's like any other race of person going viral for saying the racial slur associated with them. The concept alone is wild to think about. They will riot in the streets because of a word, but then literally make this guy king of the streaming world because of it. And the same goes for 90% of the streamers out right now. I mean, guys, this girl who is Jewish and was dating an Asian man now has a platform because she said the N-word and hates Jews. If Hitler was alive today, y'all would have elected him into office. But the reason I bring all this up is because some people don't want to go the racist route and actually want to have people like them. Or at least try to. This account, Mom on the Run in Asia, has been posting about her life as a woman from the UK and Thailand. Basically being like, this is how I live in Thailand as a mom from the UK. Her videos aren't anything special at all, and she has built a following for one reason and one reason only. I'll let you try and figure out why that is. Yeah, but one of her most recent videos is her talking about how she actually affords to live in Thailand. She doesn't seem to have a job, and she has a kid, so how is she even supporting him? Well, here is how all that happens. Here's how all that happens. Here is how all that happens. Use all of them. Fuck it. Use all of them. 3 takes, all of them.
Are you desperate to leave the cold UK weather for the sun, but you're on benefits and don't know how you'd survive outside of the UK? Do you have a child that's on disability living allowance and you wonder how you'd meet their medical expenses outside of the UK? Or do you have a lifelong mental condition that prevents you from living a happy and fulfilling life within the UK?
Now, I think we all have a lifelong mental condition that prevents us from living a happy and fulfilling life inside the UK. It's called hating disgusting food. Try and feed me that dog vomit on a potato, and I'll make sure that Trump stops the import of potatoes from ever getting to you guys. Believe me, I don't know how he's gonna do it, but he'll find a way. Y'all just be eating fucking beans and tuna. Literally what a dirty street cat eats here in America. Also, I think your money is about to fall out, along with 2 other things. You feel me? Along with 2 other big bangs about to fall out. Get her TikTok account banned.
I picked up my disability living allowance today, and I've been doing so for the past 4 years of not living in the UK. So let's talk about it. I am diagnosed with around 6 mental disorders, which without in-house treatment, without me being put into a hospital for the minimum of 1 year, my prognosis is quite poor. Therefore, I need ongoing treatment costs to be met by the NHS, by the taxpayer. Thank you very much. So I receive around £2,300 per month, undisputable money, and that pays for my lifestyle out here in Thailand.
So as you just heard, she is cheating the system by not getting the treatment she needs and instead is using it to live her best life in Thailand. Home of the lady boys. Hopefully she is saving up to get her eyes surgically put closer together. That was mean. But I don't think anyone with 6 mental disorders should be allowed to leave the country they're from, let alone get a monthly payment. Just to put that into perspective, Charles Manson was diagnosed with 6 mental disorders. Imagine if he got monthly checks. Why don't we just give that dude the key to Los Angeles while we're at it? Hey Chuck, would you like a tour of the Polanski house so you know the exact layout? You know what I mean? Like, I really want to know what 6 mental disorders she has that the UK still allows her to travel freely and is deciding to pay her for it. New scam potential? Make a fake identity in the UK and just tell them you're gonna be the next fucking Charles Manson. You're set for life, baby! Call me from jail when it works.
There has been a couple of times when I've made videos, for example, on TikTok, and people have made reports about me and my money was stopped for a short period of time, but then it gets backdated and you get thousands of pounds all at once, which obviously is great. So let me just talk you through a little bit of the process.
So basically she then tells you how to scam the government step by step. I don't understand how people still record themselves breaking the law. Like, dog, she was perfectly fine filming TikToks, getting her money and moving on, but then out of nowhere she posts her longest video ever telling us how she was able to do all this. This should be something that you just leave a mystery. Like, I wonder how this girl gets to live like this. Maybe she's just rich? But no, you fucking lie and tell the government you're essentially a retard so that they give you basic minimum wage, but the place where you're from turns that basic minimum wage into lavish living. But not just that, she also uses her kid to try and go viral, saying in one video her son came up to her and asked to go by she/her pronouns, even recording a video in a pharmacy saying that she's picking up hormone blockers.
So my 3-year-old has let me know that she would prefer to be known as she/her pronouns instead of he/him. So after mentioning the other day that my son is wanting to transition into my daughter, we've been for an initial appointment with the doctors and they are going to prescribe me with some medications that will block the male hormones and activate the female hormones and accelerate them. So I'm just here now with the doctor that's been going through this with us. Hi, doctor!
Now, after this went viral, the Thailand government is like, is this law serious? She's here on a visa and it looks like it's expired. Throw her in jail. And then the very next video, after teaching everyone the swipe method, she says that police have now took her son and are putting him in an orphanage.
This is not reg, but 50 police officers surrounded my house and dragged me and Cairo out. He's going in an orphanage. There's nothing I can do to stop it. Just pray for him, will you?
For someone who just had their son taken away from them and put into an orphanage in a country they're not even from, she seems pretty calm, almost not caring. She looks like she just went for a walk and she's like, oh yeah, oh fuck. Yeah, my son was sent to an orphanage. Pray for him, dog. And then she, like, right before she gets into her house. But apparently right after this video, shit got real. And she posted this picture saying, I don't care about me, but please pray for my son. But the song she added was Locked Up by Akon. Now is not the time, lady. Your son is in a fucking cell and you're playing Akon? This looks like a scene out of Far Cry 4, dog, and AJ is not coming to save y'all. Thailand's jails look like the restrooms they build next to a beach here in America. But her next video is replying to someone asking what happened now, and I guess she's in some sort of jail with her son. After this, apparently her phone was taken away so she couldn't post anymore. She was able to make a GoFundMe apparently, and it looks like she's made $230 out of that sweet $1,500 she needs. And it's like, you've been getting monthly checks from the UK. If you don't have any money saved up for an emergency situation for you or your son, then you're fucked. And because she knows that, she's now trying to say that all of her videos were a joke and that she's never received any money from the UK and that she just made all this up to try and get more followers. And it's like, dog, you showed us emails and have literally documented your life living off this money. What's even crazier is that years ago, she successfully sued the police in her city for $6 million for them letting her down in her childhood, which she then spent and thus now has to cheat the government, ending her up in jail. Or at least their detention center, it says. And believe it or not, she's not even in there for the money, but because she overstayed her visa, like I said earlier. And I don't know how long she's been in Thailand. She said she ran away from the UK 4 years ago. And I looked it up, and travel visas are good for like 60 days. If she got a work visa, then yeah, that would have been good up to however many years. But as her TikTok shows, she doesn't even have an actual job.
So I'm just setting up the classroom now before the students come in.
She's lucky the people over there can barely understand her accent, because I'm sure she asked, hey, can I use one of these classrooms for a video? And they were so confused that they just said yes to whatever she asked. But her newest claim while being in jail is that her and her son are being fed rats. Pigeons and rats. My skin is covered in rashes. Both me and my son have got lice, terrible insect bites, and there are rats running around. She claims they survive on lumpy rice and rat or pigeon meat while enduring constant noise and stifling heat. Oh yeah, that's how jail's supposed to be. It's not your own personal Airbnb. She thought jail in Thailand would be quiet. I can tell you just from this picture right here, this place is anything but quiet. But yeah guys, a lot of people are saying that this is her lying and this is just another way of her begging for money. And while I don't think that is true, I do think that she thinks she did nothing wrong while keeping proof of everything she's been doing wrong. It doesn't say when she's going to be out, but hey, that's not our problem, right? See you guys tomorrow. Peace.